All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We will call the January 12th, 2026 regular board meeting to session. The regular session of the Cascade School District Board of Directors will now convene in the district office, boardroom, or via Zoom. The laws governing boards of education require that their work be done where the public can observe their actions. Please remember that this is the board's meeting for the public to observe. Others may participate only with the approval of the board. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everyone. There is a visitor's guest list. If you haven't signed the guest list, please sign the guest list. And next, we will go to number 2, to approve the minutes of the board meeting from, what is that? 11:10. And then what's the special, oh, and then the special session from 12:03 and the executive session from 12:03.
I move to report okay, so we're doing minutes for the regular board meeting on November 10th, the special session meeting on 12/3, and the executive session meeting on 12/3 to 2025.
And I second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the regular and the special sessions from 11:10:25 and 12:3:25. Any discussion?
No.
Nope. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Weeks, prioritize the agenda if you would.
I believe we can go straight through the agenda as listed.
You got it. All right. Board recognition and appreciation. Mr. Weeks.
Yeah, just like to thank the board. The focus on students, the community, the district itself has just been impressive for my time here in the district. Just watching the board and how you guys operate is just extremely impressive. And thinking about one of the leadership strategies you see out there, just called the law of the lid. And what that means basically is an organization will not rise above the leadership that it has. And the leadership of the board has really set such a high level for the district to be able to operate. You see that throughout the board, throughout the district in the last several years, with Cascade really rising to the top of so many areas. So thank you, board, for setting that high lid for the district to be able to excel to that. We start board recognition tonight, you'll see a table over here with different pieces from each school. Each school has contributed to board recognition, so you'll have that here. We also have a video we want to start off board recognition with from Cloverdale that'll be played on the TV right over here.
Yeah, cool.
Welcome to Cloverdale Elementary. This is 5th grade classroom. On behalf of the 5th graders and Mrs. Gramzo, thank you, school board, for everything you do to make us great.
Thank you, school board. We appreciate the school board for volunteering for the schools to make a safe learning place for kids. So thank you, school board. I am so grateful that my school board cares for us and makes our school even better every day, and it makes me more appreciative every minute. So all to you, thank you for everything.
We appreciate our school board members because they give us a nice working environment and a safe school, and they help us fund our school so we can be in school.
We appreciate the school board for taking the time out of the day to support student learning.
My class appreciates the grown-ups who help our school and my teacher. Thank you.
Thank you for making the school a very good place to learn.
My class appreciates the grown-ups who make sure our school is fun and a place where we can learn. Thank you.
I just wanted to thank you, school board, for keeping us safe and not letting our buildings fall.
We are grateful for the school board for putting their time and effort for helping the school.
Thank you for making difficult decisions for our school district.
Thank you to our Cascade School Board. Thank you so much, School Board.
Thank you, Cascade School Board.
Thank you, School Board.
Thank you, School Board.
Thank you, Cascade School District.
Thank you to our school board.
Thank you, Cascade School Board.
Thank you so much, school board, for what you do for us.
Thank you, Cascade School Board.
Thanks, Cascade School Board, for everything you do for all of our schools and our community.
Thank you so much, Cascade School Board. Thank you, Cascade School Board.
Cascade School Board, we thank you for everything you do. We know how important school boards are for running the school district, and I think we have one of the best in the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Cascade School Board. Thank you, Cascade School Board. Thank you, Cascade School Board. Thank you to our Cascade School Board.
Well done.
Great.
That was amazing. Good job. Thank you.
So thank you again from Cascade staff and community board for all that you do for us. Volunteer service hours, the amount of time that goes in, a lot of the stuff behind scenes that people don't understand that school boards and that public service is. So thank you so much for doing that for our district.
That's very kind, thank you. And the pictures over there are just amazing, so thank you. So I will say, Mr. Weeks, while you didn't ask to be in the role you're in, and we certainly miss having Mr. Drill sit in that chair, I commend you for everything you've done. You've done an amazing job, and I appreciate every time I talk to you, the information you bring to us and how you've kept this going forward. So thank you from personally anyway. You've done a tremendous job.
Thank you.
I will.
Thank you.
I don't want to see you leave, but I'd prefer you not be there any longer than you have to, but you've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Okay, let me get back on track here. Hang on. That threw us off. All right, so now we've got the superintendent's report, oral, Mr. Weeks.
So we have some board numbers of where we are for enrollment right now. If you go back to January 8th of 2025, we were sitting at 2,736 students. January 8th, 2026, 2,784, a plus of 48 students compared to last year at this time. Almsville up 24, Turner is down 9, Cloverdale up 4, junior high down 5, high school is up 33, Opportunity Center up 1 for the total of 48 district-wide right now.
Okay.
Okay, how much longer can we take those kind of increases at the high school level, Mr. Rasmussen?
I don't know if that's just an anomaly or what, but we're okay for a little while.
All right.
We built a good master schedule and have room.
You sound semi-convincing, thank you.
And we do know some of our classes have a little bit higher enrollment than others, so there is an ebb and flow to that.
Sure.
We'd have some bubble classes still coming up. Our next year's sixth graders, as they hit the middle school, we know is a big class. So that'll be a big one as well. So we are watching the enrollment for each grade and how we're staffing those this year.
Okay, okay. All right. You good? Anything else? No?
Good.
All right, thank you. Next, we've got the Finance Director's report. Mr. Wong, welcome.
Happy board, appreciate it once again. Thank you for what you do. I always say in all the board meetings, my first start sentence is, no business is like school business. It's important. It is extremely important. So good news, everyone. We have finished our audit for FY 24 to 25, and the audit issued us a clean audit, and that approves that we have worked hard. We worked with strength. The team worked as a unity together. Last year, we can put all the timely documents, accurate reporting, and responsive supporting from staff from different departments. So that's a really impressive outcome. Especially, I'm new to Oregon, so I have received massive support from Ms. Drill, reaching out to OASBO to help me to finish this audit on time. So even though he's not here, I want to say he was really supportive of whatever I need. I reach out, he was there. So, and any questions about yeah.
So the audit, the final letter, it says that, I mean, at the end of the day, the answer is there's nothing of concern in here. That's accurate?
Accurate, yes.
Well, I guess then on that note, thank you.
Absolutely.
For your role in that and what you've done. Is there anything from your chair, being new in this position, that are of concern or red flags or things that you'd like to see changed or done differently?
I don't believe so. We have a very strong team. Consider that I am new to Oregon. I am able to work with my team to finish this audit. Actually, the deadline for this year is February the 2nd. So I finished 2 months ahead of time.
Right? Wow.
When I talked to OASBO, most of the school in the state has not finished.
Right.
So I think I do have a very strong team. I have a very supportive boss. Whenever I need something, I let him know, and I call someone from OASBO, and then I get, and I want to thank, everyone involved in this process. It's just like Jay said, it's just such a strong district. People, whenever I needed something, I reach out, they were there. So I am very impressive with Cascade myself.
Good.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about the auditing firm that did our audit?
They're very good.
You like them? Because we had some hiccups a few years ago,
Yeah.
and we've changed firms, and so I'm curious how this one you felt, how they did on this audit.
They're extremely good.
Okay.
They're very responsive, and there are times that, because they have, I want to say, maybe 100 clients in Oregon, the
Right.
cities, and so I didn't expect to hear from them during the weekends. They email me, we work on things on weekends, so I told them I want this done before December. And I said, whatever you need me to do, just email me.
And are they an in-state?
Yes, their office is in Roseburg.
Yeah, okay. Because I know it was a few years ago where I think, if I'm not mistaken, the rules were changed where we could go out of state if we had to, just because there was a shortage.
Correct.
But we were able to find someone in state that was able to do.
So the owner who I think they had an ownership change recently, like maybe 2-3 years ago. So the new owner, actually, they are from Texas.
Okay.
But the operation is here in Oregon.
Okay.
And they will come for half a year to lead the team and do the process. That's
Okay.
my understanding, yeah.
Good. Good. Okay, wonderful. Okay.
All right, and then a quick mid-year, if you can see my chart, a mid-year finance update is, if we look at the local revenue, it's down 3%, 3 point something percent. My assumption compared to last time this year is because Marion County, whenever they post their revenue to us, sometimes they post it in January, and I already seen part of it coming in January. So when I do a year-to-year December comparison, it's normal to be a little low. I don't expect at the year end it will be down. I think it will be a steady growth. And then the state revenue is about 2% growth that matches, we have enrollment growth, and the expenditure, the salary increase, it represents about 3%, which, we have a salary raise, a step, and a salary raise, so that matches the salary raise from our bargaining. And then our benefit increase, as we always talked about, PERS increase. As you can see, the first 4 paycheck, our increase is $734,000, just the first 4 paycheck, compared to last year. So we're looking at $2 million this year, increase just in PERS. So the good news is we budgeted it, and it's not a surprise. And if you can see my chart here, we're following last year.
Right.
The 2 lines are parallel, so we're controlling our pace very well. That would be my take on. Any questions?
No. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. We've got, where are we at? Director of Education, Mr. Dyer.
How's it going today, guys?
Fabulous. Welcome.
Good evening, good evening. Before I get started, I do just want to say thank you guys for everything. I think William when I go talk to my colleagues across the state and they talk about the school board members and stuff like that, I talk about you guys and they are just like, really? Your board's like that? I'm like, yeah, they're awesome. And I think the best way I can just put it is just thank you for being you. You guys are all uniquely individuals, and you guys just thank you for being thoughtful and empathetic of what we do here on a day-to-day basis, and that means more than anything. So just thank you. I'm going to start off. I have 2 things that I want to talk about today. First off, you had safety, since I do safety is one of my hats, and so we had the safety board report in your packet. The one thing that I really wanted to highlight that we went through this last year, we had PACE come in and they did a training for hazard identification walkthrough tool. And so what we did was they came in, they trained me, then also we trained our safety committee. And so just when we walk around the buildings, what are we looking for to make sure that we're keeping our employees safe and our children safe? So that was great. And the other thing that we added on to our walkthrough is a sexual abuse hazard identification tool. So it's one of the first things, I don't know where I picked it up at, but somewhere, not everybody does it. But basically when we walk around, we're just looking for is that office has no windows in it. Is that the best practice? Is that okay for a student to be in there alone with another student or with an adult or anything like that? Is there signage saying that that's not okay to do that? What policies do we have? How are we talking to staff members about being alone with staff? And just, it kind of puts everything together, and it's just a check-in just to make sure that, are we doing it and how are we doing it to make sure that we're protecting our students and also our other staff members. So those are two things that we did. The other thing that we implemented this year was we had created a spreadsheet, and basically it identifies all the hazards that we have, and it talks about who is in charge of getting that fixed to make sure that the hazard goes away. Also has an ending date and a time that we come up, so making sure that if we say that this needs to be addressed, it's going to be addressed, and we can keep track of that. So that's pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. Any questions on safety?
I have a
Go ahead, Ruth.
Who's on your committee?
On my committee, oh man, I have the best committee ever. So it is so cool. So I have out of Almsville, Jody Mitchell, right there. Raise your hand right there. And then we have Cloverdale. We have Julia Bradley. Don't look too excited there. Everybody's really excited when they come to safety committee.
You weren't there the day that
It is so cool. Turner, we got Kelly Cromwell right there. And Cascade, we have Greg Nolan. The high school, we have Tony. Let's see, the Opportunity Center, we have Marie Thompson. The district office, I get those reins. I'm all excited about that. We have maintenance, we got Joe Lule. Food services, we got Kendall Harris. And then we have Dorinda, a school nurse. And then also we added union representatives this year because before we didn't have anybody in the union. We did before, but we kind of went away from that during COVID. And so we brought that back. So Tom Batachik is working on that for certified. And then we're still kind of working on getting Olin to the first one as for classified. Okay. So we're excited about that just so we can have that representations. So any other questions on that one? It is a good group. We meet once a month. We do it Zoom. And it's a really exciting Zoom meeting. So it's really cool. So anyway. All right. And so the next thing I wanted to kind of talk about was just what we're doing in education curriculum. And I gave you guys, because last year, Brett, you asked like AVID, what is AVID? What are we doing? And some strategies. And so I thought I could give you like a 5-minute little blurb about, hey, this is how we're working through AVID, and this is what we're doing. And I thought I'd kind of go through a worksheet with you. Now, one of the things you notice, one of the things in AVID, well, I'll start there. First off, one of the best practices is Cornell notes. So really big on notes, and we'll teach kids on how to organize their thoughts. And so that's what I gave you guys here today. And so, and then one of the things that we really want to do, any lesson we do, we always want to have a learning target, right? Kids need to know what they're learning and what they're going to try to get over. People joke about this all the time, but it's a great thing. And so your learning target today is school board members will be able to discuss what AVID is, how Cascade utilizes it, and the future of AVID at Cascade. So that's what we're shooting for today. Okay? Any questions on that? All right, good. All right. So first off, what is AVID? If we're taking notes, AVID, and this is more of a fill in the blank. So as we get to like senior, it might be a little bit more intense, but this might be more of what we see in 3rd grade or 2nd grade. So AVID is advancement via, and then it would be individual determination. And so that's what AVID stands for. And then how does Cascade use it? Well, we're going to do another strategy. This is an AVID strategy. It's called a choral read. And so I'm going to read, and when you see something that's in bold and underlined, you got to say it with me. And so this helps kids work on reading fluency, comprehension, and we might do some vocabulary building within this choral read. And so I'll start here. So AVID elective focus on small groups of students to support them to handle rigorous coursework in order to prepare for college and or workforce. Whole school serves as foundational professional development for the best teaching practices. And so that's how we kind of use it. We use small groups for AVID electives. And so a small group of kids, and we're really working on them to prepare them for college and really work with a small group of individuals. But then also we do things whole school, where every kid has access to AVID strategies across the school district. When we talk about Wicker, we're talking about writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. And then Cascade, right now we have 70% of our staff, teaching staff, is trained, which is really well, really good. We do that through Summer Institute and online training. We have networking, regional events, online networks, and different things like that. Our district focus this year is AVID leadership team. So we have a leadership team that we meet once a month, and it's the vice principals and some principals. And we get together to do a K-12 alignment. And also we're looking on calibration of a walkthrough tool. So what we're trying to do is we're going to try to walk around. We've already done one this fall, where the group of us get together and we walk through buildings and we see how AVID is being implemented across the district. The secondary focus, so when we're talking about that, they're working on reading strategies. Also, they're working on their AVID elective. Elementary, they're working on collaboration strategies, as well as organization. So speaking of organization, one of the things that we do with organization, we have tools and do different things. We have kids in elementary, we started buying their supplies, and so every kids have the exact same supplies and pencils, so the kids never go without. We don't have to fiddle with things. So one of the things teachers do is everybody might have a numbered pencil. So Spencer, you're number 2. You have a number 2 binder, you have a number 2 pencil, a folder, and it's all the exact same thing. So kids all have these, so there's no guesswork, there's none of this, it's all right there. And it's a really good strategy to keep kids organized and what they need. So the future AVID, narrowing its approach and its training. So one of the things that we're finding is that we are training a whole lot of people. It's kind of a shotgun approach. What we want to do is we're going to really narrow it down, and we're going to hyper-focus on our AVID elective teachers. We're going to work on certified AVID educators, so we have a couple people going through that program now. And then also our new teachers. We want to work on onboarding our new teachers so they understand what AVID and how we do AVID across the district. All right? And then, again, we're looking on an AVID PLC. Do we have any questions on that? Yes?
How do you choose who gets to go to the conference every year?
That's a good question. So before, it was kind of, do you want to go? A lot of times, we really didn't turn people away if they really wanted to go. We did have a priority on AVID elective teachers. So if you're teaching the AVID elective class at the secondary campus, there's certain trainings that we wanted you to get. There might be some people that just needed some extra training, and we want to make sure that they got training. Other people said, I felt like I wanted to get trained, and so they went. One thing that's really cool about Cascade is everybody kind of wants to do it. It's a very small group that they have family obligations, they just can't make it. But most of the time, most people want to go. And so as we narrow it down, we really want to make sure that people were going to train people to become trainers so they can come back and bring things back. So basically what I'm saying is if you're going to go, you're going to have to do something for us on the back end. And that's kind of the future of where we're headed. Okay. On the back side, the other thing is we kind of go through the situation. And the next thing I would do is I would probably do a think, pair, share, and I would have you guys talk about these two things. Today, I learned that AVID is, and you guys might write it down, or you might talk to each other. And first you think about it, write it down, and you would share, make sure you have it. And then I would ask the same question, in the future, Cascade will, and you'll be able to write that down. And that's called the think, pair, share, and that's a strategy. And then you would summarize it. And that's what you guys would do. All right, do you have any questions over that? Not as exciting as last year, but I could ask right now. Today I learned that AVID is, does anybody know what the answer to what AVID is? Going back in their notes, you guys know what that is?
Advancement via individual determination.
Oh my gosh, Brett, that was awesome. Can we all give him a sparkler? It's called a sparkler. We go like this. All right. And then the last one is, in the future, Cascade will. Anybody think about in the future, Cascade, what are we doing in Cascade in the future? In the board.
It's approach to training, avid elective teachers, certified avid electors, and new teachers, avid elective PLC.
Brett is on fire. Let's give him a sparkler right there. Nice job. All righty. That is avid, and that's where we're kind of going. So, yes, go ahead.
What's the difference between an avid elective teacher versus
A gen ed teacher, yeah.
just a regular?
So avid elective is you have a cohort of kids that get assigned to you, and you teach, it's like a class. And so instead of like an elective class might be foods class or metals class, there's a class actually called avid. And in avid, they do things like, they talk all things avid. We do tutorials, we do study groups, how to study skills. We talk about reading strategies. There's a whole, they have, it's called Weeks at a Glance, and they have a whole program that they run kids through in order for them to really attack hard and rigorous work, so to get them ready for college.
So would the idea be we're going to hire a new teacher that's going to specialize in that, or is it going to be current teachers that then?
We have current teachers that do it. So like we have at the high school, we have Matt Dillon. He's a social studies teacher, but he also, that's one class he does an offshoot. That's his elective class that he does. David Medlock does it. Deb Belmore does it, as well as Christine Bullock is the other one that does it. And then Emma Bales in the junior high, and then Emily Bozinski also teaches it at the junior high as well. So they're health teachers, one's an English teacher. So it's just kind of a one-off that they teach. And so they are doing more training in order to teach that elective class. And it's pretty intense what they have to do.
Yeah, so not really designed for the elementary schools then?
Elementary is whole school. So every teacher is going to be trained there, and we're doing all avid strategies across the board there.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
You're already doing that, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got a question then along the lines of that. So if we've got in the high school, they can take an elective about avid.
Mm-hmm.
So when is avid mandatory that they use it, and when is it elected they can use it? So I mean, what I'm hearing then is like at the first grade.
Yeah.
Do all students have to use avid?
Yeah, because it's that strategy that the teacher's using.
Right. And
so avid is not so much what the student does, it's what the teachers are doing.
And how they're, right.
How they're presenting it.
When do we go from them having to use it in this format, if you will, to them morphing into they can elect to use it? Is that at the
I would
middle
say,
school? Does it happen at the high school?
I would say as they get older, so like even in junior high, they start and they become more individuals, and so you know how it is. So like a kid's a freshman. How they attack their classes is kind of up to them. Right. Some have a big binder, some don't have binders, some have notebooks, some don't have notebooks. So
we make them use it, we force feed them till what grade level, and then when do we start?
I would say we really force feed until 5th grade, and so that's where we're doing a whole group. 6th grade has a lot of things that is definitely share it across, and then 7th grade is kind of
6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and then by the time they're in high school, it's up to them to use it or not.
They have to take the tools that they have learned in every class and kind of develop their own strategies.
Okay, and how many years now have we been practicing this formula?
Whole group? About 10 years now, I think.
So the kids that are coming into their sophomore, juniorish year have been dealing with this since they were first graders?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say, like I said, when we see evidence of that and see what is happening, so like our current 7th and 8th graders right now, I brag about them a lot. Phenomenal kids in the junior high right now. When you walk past in the classroom, they're attentive, they're taking notes, they're paying attention, they can talk, there's collaboration, there's discourse, academic discourse happening across there. Absolutely, and that's what AVID does. It brings those skills with those kids that they build upon, and by the time they get to the junior high, I would say they're seeing it up at the high school as well. Kids are just able to write more and do more here at Cascade.
We're raising the bar.
I think so,
by implementing this learning process.
One of the big things they talk about is rigorous, and for kids to attack rigorous coursework. And so we want them here, and we're going to help them get there by these other steps and strategies that we're going to have you get to there.
And we see the numbers, and it looks like we continue to grow the right way, and so we're seeing some of that perhaps is from this
Yeah.
implementing the Avid program.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, and like a lot of it's writing and reading strategies, and we're, like I said, we have pretty. I was just talking to a teacher at Almsville, fourth grade teacher, and she was from California, and I'm like, what's the big difference between our schools and your school? She goes, you guys write a ton, and the expectations that you put onto kids and how you push kids and the level of what we want out of our kids is absolutely phenomenal. And I hear that from all the new teachers that leave other districts that
Right.
come here. We just expect more out of kids.
Good.
But we're going to support them with
Right,
strong
right.
strategies.
Okay. Well, we will continue to ask questions about Avid until we fully.
I just want to make sure you get there, and I thought it would be kind of fun there. So
That was great.
Anyway, thank you guys so much.
You want your pencil back?
You guys can have those if you want to use. You can have.
I'm going to give it back.
It's board appreciation.
You can put
So
mine-
this
you
is
can-
my gift to you.
You can put mine in the notes because I understand you have to have that.
Yes, I have
for
to.
the board notes.
thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Brian. All right, moving on. We've got the high school principals report. Mr. Rasmussen, welcome.
All right, people, we've got our Cascade
Look at you. Thanks, buddy.
foundational t-shirt for you guys.
Cute.
On the back has our cornerstone principles of character, excellence, and community. If I gave a wrong size or something, I've got extras here. We can swap afterwards, so if you want something different. Today's board report is really a look back at last fall. Last fall was a remarkable fall for Cascade High School in many different ways, and I've listed many of those there for you. Briefly, our arts department continues to grow and do amazing things. When it comes to drama and choir and band and the art classroom itself, I'm super happy with what's happening. The number of kids that are participating in those programs. We performed Wizard of Oz this last December. I put over 800, but I think it's over 1,000 people came to those 4 shows. The auditorium was brimming with excitement and energy each time, and so it's a great opportunity. They're doing Macbeth this winter, so come out and see that. It's a great show, and they just did auditions for that, so it should be great. It's going to be in March. The rest of that's there. Tonight we have Mr. Hedrick, who is our athletic director for us. He's going to speak in just a minute, but I do want to publicly acknowledge him and the accomplishments of our Cascade High School football team. State champions. We haven't met together since they have been state champions, because last time we met was November publicly. And so it's a great honor to have Coach Hedrick here. First undefeated team at Cascade history. Since 1948, there's no team has gone undefeated at Cascade until this one. So, and they did it in dominating fashion. You can see some of the statistics I put in the thing there. And then just a great group of kids. We have really great kids and even great coaches as well. So kudos to Coach Hedrick and all he's built in his time here. So we're super thankful for him. The rest of the notes there are really about continuing to do things for kids and continuing to find different ways to engage kids with school, find different ways to engage kids with their community, and prepare them for the future. And that's really what we're doing, and we are creating new things all the time. I was meeting with somebody today how Cascade can partner with the State Fair and get our name out there even more and find opportunities for kids to potentially work that into jobs, looking at all kinds of different ways to support kids as they prepare for the world here at Cascade and beyond. So if you have any questions about that, I'd be more than happy to answer those for you.
I got a question for you.
Let's go.
So I thought it said Cougar Liar, but it says Cougar Layer.
Oh, yes.
You want to talk to me about that for a minute?
I do, and I meant to bring you copies. So the Cougar Lair is the Cascade newspaper, and about 15 years ago, it slowly faded away, like a lot of newspapers did. We have a young new teacher, Brian Bohannon, who brought it back. He taught a journalism class last year, and then this year he had asked us, hey, can I start reprinting the Cougar Lair? So we did. We found some funds for him to get the first one started. And then after you do the first edition, it's pretty easy to find advertisers. And so they just put in their second edition, and it is out. So I will bring you editions next board meeting of the Cougar Lair. It's a multi-page paper. It's printed by the Albany Democrat Herald publishing company. So it's the same size as their full paper. And it's great. The kids love it. our kids are practicing excellent writing and coming up with great topics and great news stories to follow, so I'll bring it to you.
How often do you see it being published? What's the goal?
Well, he's doing it more than I thought. Originally, I thought it'd be once a trimester, but we already have 2. I think he's looking for quarterly, like 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And maybe more. We'll see.
Nice.
Right now, it is not back in the day, it was a paid advisor position. It's in the contract, but because it came upon so quickly, he said, I just want to do this. And we said, okay. So he's got a core group of kids, and he's got an editor and kids, and they're meeting after school because they don't have a class this period or this trimester.
Nice.
And so it's on their own time. They're out there taking pictures and reporting, and so it's really good.
Cool.
So it's fun.
Great.
You bet. It's outstanding. And somebody brought me some old copies of the Cougar Lair today, 1997, 98, 99. And so comparing the two, it's just fun to watch the differences there. So I was a lot younger back then. So.
Well, and in a world where we're staring at our phones all the time, seeing kids looking at newspapers might be kind of fun in itself.
It's almost something you wouldn't imagine.
Right.
I mean, like these kids opening up a newspaper,
Right.
what? Do they even know what it is?
Exactly.
And so it's really cool.
That's
it really
awesome.
is. It really
Good
is.
job.
It's great.
Thank you.
You bet.
Cool.
You bet.
Anything else? No? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Rasmussen.
Thank you.
All right, high school athletic director's report. Mr. Hendrick, welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I would say this, if you've ever been down to San Diego, and they have a museum there, the USS Midway, and they have an elevator on that, okay? And I'm sitting on that elevator back in July, and it's my 1 week off, and I get this phone call from Mr. Rasmussen. And it says, we need you to be our AD. Well, I'm not going to tell him no. But my vacation ended right there, and here I am. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate more than you'll ever know being here at this school district. And many of you have said how special it is, and it is special. And if it weren't, I wouldn't be here. Because I've got other things I could do, and this is pretty special here. So let me get into the good stuff. I think these are worth celebrating. But I would go back to Mr. Bohannon. Not only does he do a great job with that paper, but he'll also announce our games. And of course, that's time. And we will take a little bit of our revenue to put into his account to let him do what he's doing. So we appreciate his voice, but he's also given us a lot of time. And to help his program athletically, we help that as well. But let me talk about some of the special things that we have. And these are the GPAs in the fall. Okay, and this is after having, I don't want to call it a record number, but our numbers are increasing in all our athletic sports, up there around 250, 275 kids that are participating. The GPA of these student athletes, football was a 3.32 GPA. Boys cross country, 3.56. Girls cross country, 3.73. Girls soccer, 3.49. Boys soccer, 3.43. And volleyball, 3.81. Okay, well, there's a carrot there, right? Yeah. It's what we're offering here. Okay, that's very special. Okay, very special. And that's a big deal. Our volleyball team finished 5th. Okay, football was a unique year. We were undefeated at both levels, varsity and JV. We did not lose a game. But one of the things, we had some really, really good football players. I mean, really good. But what was even better, they were better human beings. Okay. And that's a pretty special thing to go through and win in the fashion that we did and win the way we did, okay? And if you're in this community, you had to be awfully proud of that. We came home from that game. We were coming home on the freeway right about Jefferson to Marion County police cars escorted us back through Turner, where a gentleman in this room helped with our first responders and had fire trucks from almost every department within 10 miles of here escorting us out to the high school, where there were about 250 people here waiting for us at 9 o'clock at night. And I was ready to go home, but we celebrated in the cafeteria, and it was very exciting for our kids. And it'll be something that they will cherish the rest of their lives. The importance of extracurricular activities, sports and drama and all those things. I know Mr. Rasmussen said it. I went to that play with some football players, and it was phenomenal. And there were kids that you probably wouldn't recognize in the hallway or don't stand out in the hallway, but stood out on the stage. And we got to keep offering those things, because those things are what keep kids in school. I will be here with you at least through May, and then I'm sure they'll decide the direction they want to go. But a couple of areas that I want to get us to is preparing an operational budget for athletics. There's really not something there. I'm just kind of signing things over, and I really don't know what I'm signing. It's just, this is the way we did it, and that's what we're doing. So want to get that kind of dialed in, and I know everybody here would appreciate if we get that done. And then I want to create a booster club and bring back the Hall of Fame. And those things we're going to have to bring in our community. And there's no basketball coach here. He's got somebody on this board that he knows, and I got to get him involved with this Hall of Fame a little bit, because he promised me he would help me, and we're going to do that. So I'm going to reach out to Mark and make sure that we can get that done in May and kind of bring that connection in here. So that's my report, and I'd be more than happy for any questions.
I have one.
Yes.
Might you be staying in this position after May?
Well, if Mr. Rasmussen and Mr. Drill would ask me to stay, I would stay.
Yay!
It is more, I've done this for quite a while, as you know. It is a very taxing situation right now, and this is one that, it's every district. On my winter sports right now, I don't have one person in the building as a teacher. Okay? And we lose that educational part when we don't have that connection. Okay? And so being a classroom teacher and being, on the court or on the mat with kids, that's big. And then being able to communicate with those coaches and making sure that we're doing the right thing, that's really, really important. So when they're not teachers, that's hard. But that's not just Cascade. That's almost every school district across the nation. And but we're trying really hard to put the best educators in the classroom. And those people, in most cases, are pretty good coaches, too. So yes, I would. I truly enjoy it here. I won't sugarcoat it any other way. This is the only place I'd be right now. So appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And if it's okay, I will be leaving and going home,
Yes.
because
Please do.
7 a.m. comes again, and I'll be back in the morning, do it all over. Well, thank you,
for coming
everybody.
in.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A theme you'll notice here is Mr. Hendricks talks and Mr. Rasmussen. I just want to compliment the staff right now, and that is you'll hear the engagement that staff are putting in. We know with research, when you have kids engaged in school and extracurricular activities, their academics and their success goes up. So the commitment that Cascade has had over the years to build that one-to-one-to-one connection, whether it's a Dungeons and Dragons club, whether it's drama, whether it's sports, is commendable what Cascade has done. And the staff have really put a great job and just great effort into building something that makes Cascade special, is to connect with every kid. So kudos to the staff.
Great. Okay, moving on, we've got the elementary principal's report, and it looks like it's going to be Mrs. Bradley. Hello.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. I just first off want to say that the video that Greg put together for us, I think for me to see it here, I love my school. I love my staff. I could almost cry. I love those kids so much. And just to hear them thanking you guys is so beautiful. So I hope that meant a lot to you, because it means a lot to me and to Greg. And we got to walk around the school, and every teacher hated it. They were like, oh my gosh, but they did it. And then as soon as the camera went on, it was like, thank you, Cascade School Board. It was kind of funny, but it really does mean a lot. And I hope you do realize how genuine it really is. And thank you for what
Some
you do.
of those little kids couldn't have smiled bigger. It was awesome. That was so cute.
It really was
Yeah,
sweet.
thank you for doing that.
And again, I have the best job in the whole entire world. I know we all say that, but I really do. So, and you guys make it that way, so thank you. You've seen my board report. It's very simple. Basically, I think something else about Cloverdale is just that we have 3 staff out right now. So Renee West, who we just hired, she was a sub last year for someone on maternity leave. Now we hired her, and now she's on maternity leave. But the great thing is one of our parents, who's one of our subs, she is subbing. Her name is Sheena Schertz, and she is absolutely phenomenal. She will sub every single day, and she comes in and can just do it. And she's a parent. She's also a teacher, but she feels like a staff member to us. Another one is Carrie Ann Gramzo is out, and then Riley Bangert, who resigned last year to go teach abroad. The program fell through, so now she came back to sub for us. The kids are so excited. She's excited, and it's kind of neat to see the full circle of how staff can come, or even just parents still want to participate. And I think that just says a lot about Cloverdale. So it's really a wonderful place. And then also, I don't know if you heard, but Jean-Marie is back. Maestro has returned with a vengeance, which is awesome. The kids were ecstatic. Ecstatic. It was almost out of control ecstatic. So I did have to rein it in, but the kids they just love him. I don't know what it is, but boy, they love it. I do too. Don't get that came out wrong. Anyway, so that's just something really important, is that people still want to come back. He didn't have to come back, and the fact that they asked and he was open and willing and came back.
Too?
Yeah, and he actually had a funny name for Cloverdale, which maybe you've heard it, Brian, but he calls it C. Loverdale, because all the kids are more affectionate at Cloverdale than anywhere else. He says that all the kids will come up and hug him, and we were like, well, that's kind of a compliment. I think, like, our kids are very affectionate, but he calls it C. Loverdale, so we're thinking we need, like, a shirt that says C. Loverdale. Anyway, a couple things. We are doing assessments this week to see if we've grown. I went in and talked to all of the kids in the classrooms just to say, hey, these really are important. We are hoping for growth. We're not looking for perfection, but just give it your best effort. So we'll find out our data, and we're always hoping for good data there. And then on the back side, we just recently had makeovers and memories. We decided to include a mommy-daughter or bonus mom, however that may be. And they all brought their own makeup. And we did makeovers. They did each other's hair. My mom did my hair. It was kind of fun. Just a fun time for moms and daughters to get together. We also do a daddy-daughter dance. We're bringing in derby car races, like a tournament for dads and their sons. And then we still do a mother-son kind of Olympic fun that we do. So it's just a chance for them to come and have special time. I would have loved that to have with my kids, so I hope to have it for my families too. And then we're doing Camp Read a Lot, which I'm super excited about. It'll be a literacy night. Everything will be camping theme. We're going to have make their own little s'mores. They're going to have tents where they can read with flashlights, and it should be super fun. And then they all get a free book, which is great. And then I just did my closing thoughts of just, again, thank you guys to you, and how appreciative we are of all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions?
Of course.
Of course.
So the assessments, I'm always trying to wrap my head around the assessments. What do
Yeah.
we get from them? Why do we do them? What's the value in them? So talk to me about what we're doing different here on yours. What is the growth setting? How is it different this year than last year?
Well, I know teachers have, like within the iReady, the teachers talk with the kids, they show them their previous score, like from fall, and then they kind of have like, there's a growth goal and then there's a stretch goal. And that's what we hope that they can do. But this, we wanted the kids to kind of make their own goal, and then I went in and talked to them about it too, just to see if that little extra push of having that self-belief that they can do well, but also to remind them to just slow down and take it seriously, because sometimes they're just like click, click, click. And so I think just trying to show the purpose of it and to say why it is important, and have them believe in themselves that they can show some growth, but to believe in that too. And then they're tracking it, so they get to see what it looks like. And then we even talked about today that, everybody has different growth. Some might be a sharp, a heavy duty growth, and then some might be slow and steady. And I told them when I was a kid, I was like the tortoise, right? Slow and steady, but you still are making growth, and that's the whole purpose of it. Just to show them that it's important.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Nope. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. We have elementary assistant principal's report. It looks like Ms. Cromwell from Turner is going to join us. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for being here to support all of us. I do want to let you know that your appreciation gift is an ornament, and the special thing about this ornament is that it was created by the high school manufacturing class. So it's for you, created by Cascade students.
Nice.
Next, something that I've been hearing all night is just a sense of community within Cascade School District, and I think that is really what my board report has focused on, is the community ties that Turner has with the Turner community. It's really been my focus this year, is to try to put myself into the Turner community. I live in Salem, so I want to be part of the community and let our kids know how important that is. So just in the fall, we've had 2 of our classes partner with Turner Retirement Home, and they do that in a couple of ways. They go over and they play games and they visit. But those community members will also come over for assemblies. You know, they'll wheel over, or, you know, it's just fun to have them. Sometimes they'll just come over and surprise us. They show up for lunch and they want lunch, and okay, come on, let's go. So that's been a real benefit for both them and for our kids. Next is the Turner community really helped about 52 children from our school and their siblings help them have a very Merry Christmas. Turner Tavern partnered with us, Tricia Frizzell, Turner Christian Church, all of those entities came together with our school and said, what do you need and how can we make it happen? And it's amazing. We always know there's need, but it's incredible what the need really is when we start going through family by family, kid by kid. And it's not only the kids in our school, it's the kids at the junior high and the high school and the siblings that aren't in school yet. So that was awesome to see that community connection. In addition to that, previous for Thanksgiving time, during the whole scare of, you know, people were food insecure with the food program maybe going away, Lisa put out a challenge, as she's the greatest at, put out a challenge if we could collect 1 food item per student in our school, so 421. We wanted to have 421 cans of food. Then Turner Tavern would match that in dollars to give to the food bank. Well, the first day we had that. We ended up having like $2,500 and 25 food items to give to the Turner Food Bank. That's amazing in a week. That's incredible. Let's see, and last, you know, our little winter celebration was kind of thrown off with the flood. Did anybody see our learning stumps going down Mill Creek? So much stuff from the playground just went down Mill Creek. We had people from the community bringing them by. We found your Turner learning log. Oh my gosh, dang it, I wanted that to go away. So that did not get to happen because school got canceled, so we had that last Friday, and it was a giant success. Kids had a great time. Enrollment numbers are on there. This year it's been stable. We are down a few students from last year. Enrollment's stable right now. Our attendance rate is right at 95.5%, which is up from last year, which is awesome. Our chronic absenteeism is at 11%, which is up a percentage. No, I'm not saying that correct. It's 1% better than last year at this time. And just to think that the state of Oregon's chronic absentee is 32.7%, and we're sitting at 11, that's pretty awesome. And I think that's pretty standard district-wide. And also, just like Julia said, we started our winter benchmarking for both reading and math this week. And the purpose of that really, in addition to what Julia said, is to see where our kids are, how they're growing, or if they're not growing, then what? We use that data strategically to try to figure out what we need to do next. We're always adjusting our teaching so that our kids can learn at the highest capacity. And we really focus on those trimesterly, I guess you'd say, beginning, middle, end of the year benchmarks to drive our instruction. Okay? So, questions? Brett?
Yeah. So we're talking about attendance.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm just shocked when I hear things like the Salem Kaiser, I think you said, is at 30%.
State of Oregon.
State of Oregon, pardon me, is at 30%. That's just shocking. But at number 3 there, it says, looking ahead, continue to collaborate with families to address barriers to attendance, including transportation and health-related. What does that look like? What does collaborating with these families look like? I mean, in general. I'm not talking to anyone specific.
Yeah, a couple of things. Our attendance officer, I guess you'd call her, Ann Younger, is awesome. She keeps amazing data on attendance. And this year, we've really been taking into account tardies because that's not always tracked very well in our system, in my opinion. So when we see those numbers every single month, we're connecting with every family that's below a certain percentage and saying, hey, what's going on? How can I help you? Well, one family, we found out their youngest child was very ill. And so we somehow figured out how to get her kids transportation, even though they're not in that area, so that those kids could get to school while mom and dad are going back and forth to Dornbecker Hospital. Right? That's a big deal that makes a big difference because there are 3 kids that go to the school. There's that. There's parents that have, kids in a couple of places during the week. They're going to 2 different homes, so we're trying to figure out how to communicate with both sets of parents to make sure that they know all the accurate times that school starts and.
So I've probably asked this before, I'll ask it again. So if you have a child that's in a chronic absentee as a first grader, is it fair to assume that child will also be chronically absent as a second grader and a third grader? I mean, is it fair to say that once a kid kind of is marked with that or branded, they're going to be potentially or does that number change on who the chronic absentees are? Is it random every year?
Well, the last 2 years, I can say it has not followed that trend just because of the way we've kind of started attacking it head on rather than, well, let's wait till next month. Oh, let's see how things go. Or, oh, their siblings were the same way. We just aren't accepting that anymore.
Okay.
So we're really trying to confront it and change the pattern. That's what we're trying to do.
And do you find that the parents are receptive when you're trying to work with them to help get those kids back engaged?
I think overall, as long as we go at it in a way of how can we help you rather than why aren't you here?
Not attacking them, but offering to
what
help
is it
them.
that you need?
Right. Okay. And that helps, though, in your opinion, to bring that number down from 11 to 10 or whatever the case may be.
I do. And I think it also creates another connection. We're not just school. We actually see your kids as much or more than you do. So we're here to help you care for them. So if we can really partner with them and build that relationship, that's helpful.
Good.
So
Wonderful.
we're hopeful
Right.
it won't continue.
No, but when I hear this, it's impactful on how much effort people put into making those kids be aware and the families and getting them to school. So
It's
thank
a
you
lot.
for doing that. Yeah, it is. It really is. So nice job.
Any other questions?
No? All right. Thanks so much.
Yes.
All right. It looks like we are down now to personnel. Mr. Weeks.
Yep, we just have one to bring you tonight for hiring, and that is Jean-Marie. We talked about that already, bringing him back for the rest of the year. It is a temporary assignment, just until the end of June, when school ends, in which case he does desire to go back into retirement. So we'll be recruiting a music position here for the following year.
All right, very good, thank you. 6B, health curriculum adoption. Mr. Dyer.
In your board package, you guys have a recommendation for the new health adoption that will be adopted, and we could actually probably start using it this year at the end, but teachers will start playing with it, but fully implement it next school year. K-5 is going with the Great Body Shop, published by Children's Mental Health Market. 6 through 12 is actually using the same curriculum, which is great because we'll be vertically aligned. Through 6 through 8, and they're using Live Well, and that's published by Human Kinetics. I want to say a huge, great thanks to the health department to coming together, because again, it takes a lot of time out of school, meetings, when they're supposed to be doing PLCs or doing other stuff, that they got to come together, and we got to talk about this and look at all the other stuff out there and make a decision on that. I'm really confident about what they chose. Do you have any questions with that?
Do we have roughly an idea on what the cost is for these 3?
It depends. It's actually not, it's not a huge adoption because it's not like every single grade has to get it, so.
Just throw a number out.
Gosh.
Come on.
We're looking at 80 to 90,000.
All right, fair enough.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, okay.
Roughly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, science, full-blown science was like 250,000.
William, have you? I just asked for a number. It's all right. All right. No, that's good. Thank you.
And do you have any other questions?
Anything else for Mr. Dyer? No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Next is Proposal to add boys volleyball as an OSAA-sponsored sport at Cascade, which is Mr. Rasmussen.
This last fall, the Delegate Assembly of the OSA, which I'm a voting member on, approved to move boys volleyball from a club status, emerging sport status, to an approved certified sport. The last 3 years at Cascade, we have had a boys volleyball club team playing, and they've had 12 to 15 boys each of those years. So there is a movement. I asked some students and some staff to get together. Do we have 20 boys who are interested in doing this? And I got a list very quickly back. And so we are bringing a request to add this as a sport. It's the first sport we've added at Cascade since girls wrestling in 2022, when girls went from wrestling within boys to wrestling as an independent division. Actually a different sport. So we're asking to do that. It's a spring sport. We did not budget for it this year because we didn't know the OSA would be voting on it. This October is when we voted on it. So the budget made last March did not include that. So we're going to scrape together some funds and find some ways to make this happen. We are recommending a yes vote from you guys to approve it. There is a caveat. There are a lot of spring sports already. And one of the negatives is that you start to cannibalize and compete for kids, so to speak. And so there is a danger in that, but because this group has a 3-year history, because it has been successful, and we have the facility to use it, they're in the gym, and we were recommending that we add that this year.
Okay, a couple questions. How many games do you see happening in the first year? What's the a cost roughly that this is going to scrape together? And if you had to throw a dart, what sports is it going to cannibalize from?
So first of all, any varsity sport, and we'd just be capping at one team for now, so that's 12 to 16 players probably. It's going to be roughly 10,000. It might be less this year because we're going to find some creative ways to fund it. The last 3 years it's been self-funded. It was volunteer people, transportation. There was no cost to the district other than the use of our facilities. So this group went through that. We're looking at borrowing some of the older equipment from the girls, and they're looking at doing some fundraisers, this group of boys already. And so cannibalizing or taking other athletes, it's hard. Track will probably get hit a little bit because those are some pure athletic type kids who jump, volleyballers or jumpers. Maybe some baseball players, maybe some tennis players, don't know. But the group the last couple of years, some of them did both, and that we're looking at that. But because now it is a official sport, it's going to be harder to share. Yeah. It's going to be more complicated to share. So anyway, that is an issue. There are other sports on the OSA's horizon coming, and so we'll definitely have to take a harder look at that. But I do like the fact that we have a 3-year history of the club here. No other club sport has a 3-year history, and so I won't probably be bringing you any sport until we at least get 2 to 3 years under our belt of those sports.
And how far are we going to have to travel? Is it our normal league? Will we have to go outside of our league?
There are roughly at the OSA delegate meeting, I don't have the notes in front of me, but there were roughly between 45 to 60 schools that were going to be offering boys volleyball. Nice. So there'll be enough to play, and we will find as close of locales as we can. In our league, I think just 2 or 1 or 2 other schools in our Oregon West Conference will be doing that. And the number of matches you asked earlier, 12 to 15.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
And this is going to continue to evolve, of course, as more teams come on and more.
For sure.
More districts.
If it's successful, it will grow.
That's fabulous.
It is.
Cool. Questions? No. Dynamite. Thank you.
Appreciate
it.
Thank you.
One more kudos out there, though. Pete and his team, speaking of OSAA, going to OSAA in December, advocating for the Cascade community and keeping Cascade 4A with that size. So, Pete, kudos to you and your team for that advocation for Cascade School District.
Nice. Yep. Nice job. Okay. I think you're back up anyway, Mr. Rasmussen. We've got the out-of-state trip request for DECA.
Okay, DECA is our business club that just started a year ago. Mr. Stuart Foster is just doing a bang-up job. He is raising all kinds of money. Kids are getting fired up. He's got vending machines in our schools. We're making money. We got the T-shirts you have there are from his printing press. And so he is taking 4 boys to Florida for the National DECA Convention. One father and 4 boys are planning to travel. And because it's out of state, overnight, we need to ask for your approval of that. And that's coming up late this month.
Okay.
Okay.
Questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sounds great.
Okay, next we've got the SIA grant agreement.
Hello, Mr. Dyer's
Dyer.
back again.
Back,
So
look
how
at
we
you.
going? And we're talking about SIA again. All right,
And
here
you
we
know
go.
what? Mr. Dyer, your attachment didn't hook up, so this is all new news to us.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. That's not a big issue.
You're gonna have to wing it here.
So basically what we're saying, I've already presented the SIA integrated plan to you guys a couple times last year when we developed the new plan. This year we had to do an annual report in, I think, August, September board report. So basically we just talk about our integrated plan. Our integrated plan is pulling from SIA, High School Success, Measure 98, all the special grants that we get from the state is all plugged into that. Basically, we roughly get around $5.4 million, somewhere around there, in that grant. So this grant agreement tells us how much how much money we get in year 1 and year 2, and then also what we're attacking. So I also have to talk about, like, we have 4 strategies or 4 outcomes that we're hoping to get. We're looking for 80% foundational reading by 2nd grade, 85% graduation rate with focal groups. Let's say the other one is 80% of math grade level by 3rd grade. 4th grade is non-traditional students in CTE programs. And then the last one is 20% fewer high-risk behaviors, social and mental health issues and different things like that. So those are the outcomes that we're attacking with this money. And then in the agreement, it talks about what we have to do. Basically falls on myself, falls on William and Nick Drury in the financial office. And if you have any more questions about it, we've gone over a lot. Darren signed off on it. I think William signed off on it as well. So I just need you guys' approval for it.
No problem. And without being able to look it over, I don't have any questions for you.
Yeah.
on that one. So,
Okay.
No problem.
Questions?
Good?
All right, thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Okay, next is OSBA, pardon me, 2025 election for Marion Region Position 11. So, Mr. Weeks, are we voting on this right now, or are we talking about it? What is our objective right this minute?
Yeah, sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
So in this particular case, there were 2 that ended up getting signed up to run for it.
Right.
The board could choose to vote for someone and put your stamp behind someone. You could
Okay.
also choose to abstain
Okay.
and not put your stamp behind
Okay,
someone.
that's fair.
And leave it there. So it's really the board decision on how
Okay.
you want to
So,
run.
gang, we've got 2 individuals, if you've taken the time to look at it, on here that are running for this position. We did nothing, I believe, is the position we took last time, and it's now to runoff, right, where they each are tied for votes.
Correct.
So, right now, Salem Kaiser has voted on, what's the name on that one? Karina Guzman Ortiz, is that right? They voted on that individual for their candidate. We have taken no position on it, and I guess we're being asked to vote because it's a tie. My opinion is because Big Brother, if you will, voted for Guzman Ortiz, my vote is to back that candidate because that's the Big Brother, if you will, the tail that wags the dog in the area. And I'm fine putting my vote behind the individual that they voted for. If you 3 feel otherwise, let's talk about it.
Is the big brother Salem Kaiser?
That's who I was
Okay.
saying, yeah,
Got it.
Salem
Okay.
Kaiser voted
Got
for Guzman Ortiz as their candidate.
Okay.
But
the
those
other
2
guy-
individuals are tied right now.
Okay.
And they're looking for tiebreakers. And I guess what I'm saying is, I'm fine putting Cascade's vote behind Guzman Ortiz because Salem Kaiser has voted, that's the one they've said, the candidate they've said that they're behind. And if we are indifferent and have no opinion, I'm fine backing the candidate that they have voted for because frankly, we play very well with Salem Kaiser and I'm fine supporting the candidate that they have put their vote with.
I am too.
Understand, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Spencer?
That's fine.
Okay. Then, Mr. Weeks, it looks like the board has agreed to move forward with the Guzman-Ortiz candidate. And so we can just do that when we get to the resolutions, whomever is speaking on that one, we're just gonna put that candidate's name in there and vote affirmative on that. All right, we're good on that, Mr. Weeks?
Yep.
Dynamite. Okay, moving on, number 7, we've got staff resignations. Mr. Weeks.
Just one, it's our music position. Jonathan Ang was our music teacher, moved on for personal reasons.
Okay.
And that's what brought Jean Marie back.
All right, very good, thank you. Anything on that, board? Nope. Okay, next is the coach advisory list. Probably the same. Yep, Mr. Weeks.
Yep, we had 5 new coaches coming in. They're all volunteer stipends. Basketball for middle school and wrestling junior high as well.
Okay. Any questions on that, gang? Nope. All right, moving on is 7C, employee recognition, first trimester. Mr. Weeks.
All right, so every trimester we bring some employees that are voted on or chosen by the administration at their schools that they look at that have just been exemplary in this first trimester. Their pictures are just outside the boardroom here. They're up there for a semester. And each administration puts some kind words out for those individuals. So we have some of those to recognize this evening. Later on this week, we'll be going around and recognizing them at the schools. But tonight, we just want to publicly list them and recognize them. Cloverdale, Tori Rule, classified. Here's what it says for Tori. Tori is serving duly as our math interventionist and our wellness champion, providing essential math support for students while transforming our staff culture through comprehensive wellness initiatives. Her efforts, from updating the staff room to organizing regular fitness classes and fun morale-boosting activities, make our entire staff feel motivated and appreciated.
Mr. Weeks, I believe it's pronounced C. Loverdale.
Right, sorry. Got it, duly noted.
So cute.
Turner Elementary, we have a certified and a classified. Our certified is Desiree Shedden. Desiree is an outstanding special education teacher. She expertly leads meetings, tending to details that seek to benefit the individualized education plan created for each student she serves. She works well with others and establishes strong connections with students and families she serves. Desiree is a top-notch educator. Emma Boschler. Emma is an incredible asset to Turner Elementary. She serves as a skills trainer and is an expert at building connections. She instinctively understands how to best serve our kids. She fulfills a unique role of great benefit to our school community. As the first skills trainer at Turner Elementary, we cannot imagine life without her skill set and presence. At Almsville Elementary, for certified, we have Audrey Miller. We are proud to recognize Audrey Miller, a phenomenal upper elementary educator and superb teacher leader. As our avid site team leader, Audrey champions best practices and ensures a seamless integration of avid strategies campus-wide. Known for her dynamic classroom and commitment to critical thinking, she models excellence for students and colleagues alike. We are grateful for her passion, leadership, and high standard of instruction she brings to our school community. For classified, Gabby Hoyseth. We are proud to recognize Gabby Hoyseth for her outstanding dedication to our special education students. Gabby has a unique gift for building inclusive environments where every student thrives. Recently, she successfully completed her student teaching in our Foundations A classroom while pursuing her special education certification. Her patience, joy, and deep passion for her work make her an invaluable team member, and we look forward to her becoming an exceptional special ed teacher in the near future. At the high school, Allison Art for certified. Allison has done a tremendous job this term, teaching her classes and preparing for our school musical, The Wizard of Oz. The countless hours of teaching, rehearsing, prepping the audio, lighting, and stage crafting all the props. She has worked tirelessly for her students and community. We are so grateful. Mariah Thiessen for classified. Mariah has been a great addition to Cascade High School. She is always willing to help students who are not even on her caseload. She is calm and helps students do the same. We are grateful for her consistency and positive attitude. At the junior high for certified, Jackie Everett. Jackie's MLL students made huge growth. She has 30% of her students pass the ELPA this year, compared to the statewide average of 8%. This is beyond amazing. For classified, Cece Bladorn. Cece came into the administrative assistant position after just a few months at Cascade. She's willing to jump in and figure out what needs to be done, is willing to ask questions, and it's a delight to have in the office. Additionally, she is bilingual, which is a huge asset to the junior high. Our last one that we're adding in this year are our support departments. So technology, we're adding in a support, that's our first one, must run in the family, Chris Spladorn. For classified, Chris is an invaluable asset to the IT department. His proactive, can-do attitude, genuine eagerness to learn, and unwavering commitment to Cascade perfectly complements his strong technical knowledge and abilities. He is always willing to go the extra mile to ensure that the needs of our students and classrooms are heard and that their technology actively enhances their educational experience. Thank you, Chris, for your hard work and dedication.
Nice. Wonderful. Any questions? Anybody? Nope. All right. Thank you, Mr. Weeks. Okay, we've got 7D program reports. We're back to Mr. Dyer for the informal safety report. I think we already did that. Yeah, we went out of order on that one. Okay. No public comments. We're moving on to resolutions. Hang on. All right. 9-1, resolution regarding new hire recommendations.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to approve the new hire recommendations of Jean-Marie Van Bronckhorst as recommended by the administration.
Second.
9-1, resolution regarding new hire recommendations has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9-2, resolution regarding health curriculum adoption.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to approve the health curriculum listed below for the 2026 through 2032 curriculum cycle. Grades K through 5, The Great Body Shop. Grades 6 through 8, Live Well, Middle School Health. And grades 9 through 12, Live Well, Comprehensive Health Skills.
Second. 9-2, resolution regarding health curriculum adoption has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9.3, resolution regarding boys volleyball as an OSAA-sponsored sport at Cascade High School.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to approve adding boys volleyball as an OSAA-sponsored sport at Cascade High School.
Second.
9.3, resolution regarding boys volleyball as an OSAA-sponsored sport at Cascade High School has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9.4, resolution regarding out-of-state trip request.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to approve the request from the DECA to travel to the National Convention in Orlando, Florida from January 28th, 2026 to February 1st, 2026.
Second.
9.4, resolution regarding out-of-state trip request has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9.5, resolution regarding 2025 OSBA runoff election for Marion Regional Board Position 11.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to select Karina Guzman Ortiz as the candidate for the Marion Region Board Position 11 OSBA runoff election.
Second.
9.5, resolution regarding 2025 OSBA runoff election for Marion Region Board Position Number 11 has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9.6, resolution regarding SIA grant agreement.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to approve the SIA grant agreement.
Second.
9.6, resolution regarding SIA grant agreement has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9.7, resolution regarding construction excise tax.
Be it resolved, the Cascade Board of Education moves to approve the increase in the construction excise tax CET rate in accordance with the recommendations of the State of Oregon. The new CET tax rate effective July 1st, 2026 will be $1.70 per square foot residential and 85 cents per square foot non-residential, with a non-residential maximum of $42,400.
I do have a question on this.
So do I.
Help me understand what we're talking about.
I agree.
So we'll may pull William up for a little bit more on this, but your construction exercise tax this can be done for capital improvements. So for instance, if you have an HVAC unit go down, it can't do repair, but it can replace the entire unit that goes in there. And so that's a tax for the state of Oregon that is assessed. The money then comes through when new places are built, houses are built, or other construction items are built. That is then placed into a fund that comes to the district.
So any building within the district that is built, residential has one rate of, what does it say, $1.70 a square foot for residential and 85 cents for commercial buildings being built in the district. So my question to you, William, or Jay, if you know this, what was it? If we're going to 1.7 and 85 cents, what were we at? What are we at now?
Was it 1.6?
1 point, I want to say 6.5 or it's not very much. There's a few cents difference.
Let me check.
It comes, a recommendation comes from ODE every year to stay on track. Like they propose this amount this year, this amount this year. So they give us a 3 to 4 year layout of what they're proposing the increase. And this is, we've gotten behind in the past and we want to stay on top of it. It's important that we stay on top of it
And
with budget issues the way they are.
I don't disagree with that, but I don't want to money grab anytime we can max out and grab every penny we can, because that doesn't do anybody in the district any good. So that's why I'm curious what we're.
So it was 1.67.
It was 1.67 and we want to jump it up to 1.7, so we want to take it up 3 cents.
Correct.
So we're looking at about,
So that's recommended by ODE.
right, and so we're looking at about a 1.82% increase.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and what was the commercial? If we're going to from 1.67 to,
The non-residential from 0.84 to 0.85.
okay, so really minimal there as well.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All
And
right.
this is an ODE recommendation? I guess maybe, did we have materials on that and I missed them?
Yes,
No.
we did.
That were in the, I thought, were they in the
were not in the
packet?
packet.
No.
They were not,
We had
okay.
nothing, no.
It's on
They
ODE
should have
website.
been. So sorry, I can send
Yeah, I
it to you
don't,
if you want.
this is actually, this reading of it is the first that we've seen of it in this board, in this.
Sorry.
Yeah, so with that being said, can we hold off on making this, voting on this until next month after we have the documentation?
Sure.
Or would that really be,
I mean, for 4 cents, I'm fine moving forward at this point. I just wanted
Transition-
more
so-
understanding about what it was.
Let me explain just a little bit about the transition. I'll try to be quick. So normally, what we do, we approve it in January or at the latest February, and then we get this information to each of the municipalities, so Almsville, Turner, and Marion County. And then they have until July to get it to their board, to change all their forms and to implement, so that when somebody comes to do permits and all those things, they have the current information in place and they are able to get it on
so what you're
their
saying is if we
board.
delay it, it potentially could be a problem down the,
If they don't-
downstream.
The longer we wait, the harder it is for them
Right.
to get it on their timeline. So at the very latest, we should do February, so.
But I also agree with Aaron on this, because our increase is minor, fine, but that's why I wanted to know what, if we're just on a cash grab, hang on. But if we're simply trying to stay in line with the cost of inflation, if you will, then that's a different discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's on ODE website, and we will, sorry we missed this, but we'll definitely.
It's okay.
Yeah, my apologies.
No.
We were having some difficulties with board book, so,
Not a problem. Understood, but I appreciate that information. So
Absolutely.
with that being said, Aaron, are you wanting to second this motion to move forward?
Yeah, I will second it.
Okay, it's been moved. So 9.7 resolution regarding construction excise tax has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Nope, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Any future agenda items that we need to discuss at this point from the board? No? Mr. Weeks? No? Okay. With that being said, thank you everyone for attending this evening. Meeting adjourned.